Mission 2, joining in. Welcome to Faversham. Today, you'll be driving a pair of Class 375 Electrocars to Rochester. Your train will arrive on platform 2 and will be performing a coupling operation before being handed over to you. So hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Southeastern Games Train to Mod 2. Today back in the Southeastern High Speeds, head to the centre of the platform to oversee the coupling operation. So back in Southeastern High Speed today, back in the all new routes for Train to Mod 2. Should be quite fun with this. Driving the Electrocar today. Driving the first of the local line missions. And right now, overseeing the coupling procedure that's about to take place here. So one train just arrived. Now wait for the second train to arrive. Watch the two pair together, and then drive as far as Rochester, about half an hour away or so. Now going to wait for the second train to arrive. Check the map, we're actually going to know exactly where it is. Shouldn't be too far there. So there's the second train just passing the... now. In about a minute or so. There it is. Another train saw just arriving. It's class 5, travelling as far as Faversham, so the train's just turning here as well. Yes, the better railways network program adverts. The upgrade times here down the southeast. Comes now. Push the two couples together so the train will come to a halt. Allow passengers to disembark. Over there, yeah, just communicating with the driver, make sure that everything's been understood. Close the door. Now we wait for things to get into action. Doors close. Their doors close. And now they couple. Oh, another Star installation. Train. There we go. Two couples together. Trains are interlocked. That is pretty much the now done. Driver's taken over. Assume there'll be guard or something on the train. Coupling now, precision now completes, heads from the train and come aboard. So presume that's the guard who's now changed the train. Now we're taking over the passenger duties on the train. Driver's now out of action and on his own. Front of the train, climb aboard, and we'll roll ourselves out for our departure. There we go. Close all behind us. Take a seat. And let's get ready. So, master key comes on. Set the reverser into the normal position. Into neutral even. Load. And so, being an electric start, the cab layout is virtually the same as that of the Class 377 and Class 166s, both of which you've had in Trains in the World. One Gravesend Express, one being the East Coastway. The only difference between this and East Coastway 377 is that there are no platform monitors on the right side of the train there, so those have been removed in place of, well, radio panel. Set the rest forward. We set the lights on. We'll turn off the ERA. Once you arrive at Rochester, this service will be handed over to another driver to continue the journey. That's fine. In terms of our destination, currently drive is blank, which therefore means the train is not. Its destination is not currently on the systems yet. No destination on there, which usually means that it's a train running to Cannon Street. So. The Electrocars 375s travel as far as London Victoria, but generally the 465s and 466s are trying to travel into Cannon Streets from this station here, Faversham. I'm sure once we get the 465 loco add-on pack, we'll get a bit more kind of differentiation between the different services, but for now, as we've only got 3 75s, we'll maybe do what we got, but it's a decent enough train. It's quite a nice bit of service pattern. I do remember how popular the 377 was in the East Coast of the Way. I'm fairly sure this train gets almost as equal enjoyment in this route as well. This route being also far longer than the previous East Coast Way as well. So this will surely jump up to 75 miles per hour, there we go. Up to 85 in about a mile and a half, just under 2 miles. Sittingbourne, we arrive in about 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 6.4 miles to go. Whistle on the left, that means there's a crossing just about to come up. There we go. Another whistle board. Remember, there's different coding meant to use for certain boards. Is crossing high-low high or low-high low? And is it short bursts or long bursts? I think it's 3 long bursts. I think it's high-low high, so actually the second one was correct, the first one was actually an incorrect, well, whistle stroke horn tone. Oh yes, we've got the guard bell as well, which counts as the signal button. Very nice. On the Class 5, by the way, the signal button is replaced by the depot whistle. So on the rail driver, which I'm using right now, this train is compatible with rail driver 377, not yet at this time. The bell button is like the extra button, so on this train, like I say, it counts as the signal. On the 315, it's the depot whistle. Same as on the London Underground, signal counts as depot whistle. So now, coasting at 75. Very short jump up to 85. So far, so good from our electrical start. The 375s, I can't remember the exactly they're built, so they are early to mid 2000s. They're built to replace the, I think it's the 4 VEPs on the Southeastern Line. The 4 VEPs were running slam doors until at least the early 2010s. They're very, very late to removals, that in Southeastern. And so these trains were built to replace those. The 465s replaced former slam door locos as well, back when the line was first electrified. Up to 90 shortly. Let's pass through local station. Welcome to Chatham. And they car set to 4 car units, couple all together. Well, we saw that side of the scenario, didn't we? So hot at 90 miles per hour. Just over 2.5 miles now to Sittingbourne, our first stop. So far so good from the train. So we need 2 or 3 stops between here and Rochester on this service pattern. Can't quite go down for that, but yeah, top location in one, top location. I'm trying to think what it is, yeah. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 stopper on this scenario. 10 minutes in, so 35 minutes for the entire scenario. Down to 85 now, already 85, that's fine. Which that is active actually. Maybe not. We'll run to send that on at the next station at Sittingbourne. Something you should always check on your initial departure. In my case, just managed to get it on checklist. Remember the lights, not the Not the warning system. Casting 5 on the right hand side. About 1,000 yards to go now. Start slowing down for our first station. Brakes 1. Reducing to about 30 miles per hour against the station. Brakes 2. Station now in sight. Brakes 3. There's only 3 brake settings in this train. Next will be an emergency brake, and the emergency brake does stop the train, so you need to be very careful with the brake positions, don't go too far. Unlike the Turbo Star, the diesel networkers, well, network turbo in that case, not Turbo Star. Turbo Star's later trains. If you hit the emergency brake setting, you can easily recover without the train coming to a stop. In this train, you can have an electric brake, and therefore the train will come to a halt. So we'll pause the 8-car stop marker now, down to about 10 miles per hour. There's 10-car marker just on the left of that. It should be train to a halt. Right, doors open. Now we'll turn on the AWS, which doesn't seem to there we go. Vigilance AWS is different. Okay, I need to it's DC system. Okay, looks like maybe the rail driver's got a slightly different control. So for that. Yeah, actually have to with it then. Right, so passengers loading. I'll just stay a couple of moments. Once again, very nice design station. You can see our first train here arriving at 10:12, currently 12:11, on-time service. Chatham and Rochester. That's your terminates. Cool. So right there, so there's some good seats. Lock doors, and let's get ready to depart. Tiny bit behind schedule, about 15 seconds, so we can easily recover later on the service. There we go. So stop at Raynham, 5.5 miles. 5 minutes to get there. Arc Stars. I've always preferred the Networker Expresses, so I've always preferred Networkers over Turbostars and Electro Stars, the new Bombardier creation. These were built up in York initially. These were parts of Burrell, British Airways Engineering, British Rail Engineering Limited, not British Airways, British Rail Engineering Limited. And when everything was privatised, so when the railways were sold off to different companies, when the train manufacturing sold off to different companies, it was Bombardier who picks up the train plans for these. And so the Networker Turbos became Turbostars, and the Networker Expresses became the Electro Stars. And so both those train models are still built to this day, but originally these were the original trains. So to this day, Networkers and are still built, just with the slight different bodies and shapes. But for the most part, the underneath train, the circuitry and all that, still very much the old 90s style. Because the actual turbos, the Networkers themselves, they were the train that pretty much saved British Rail back in the day. In the late 80s, railways were certainly not quite what they were. A lot of the trains were very much outdated, very expensive to run, breaking down virtually every corner. So with the networkers, they were a new, cheap, modern, reliable train that could operate on lines that were already in existence, just with either a diesel engine or third rail power. Eventually, then we had the continued development as part of the electro-start systems that came later, but networkers are very much the original train that played a big part in rebuilding early days of British Rail, or even the late days of British Rail even. Pass through, not going to stop it. That's also the footbridge. Ramsgate? Sorry, Newingham. Let's get further down the line. We'll soon jump up to 75. Let's roll back up. About 2 minutes to go 2 miles. I think we should be alright in regards to time at Raynham. Should have a little bit of time to spare. Another benefit of the Chatham Main Line is that here it's completely flat, strike, pristine track. Very little in regards to making small adjustments to keep the train going. So you do get small moments of increase and decrease, but they're so shallow the train basically doesn't even notice it. Plenty of purchase on the track today. Plenty of purchase. I know in these dovetail scenarios, I'm sure there'll be one curve later on where it's like 50 feet of snow and raining heavily. Traction and grip. What's that? Doesn't exist. Alright, 1 mile to go. Let's start slowing down now for Raynham. So we're waiting about 1,000 yards. Then set the braking to the first position. Down to second position. Nice and steps slow down. Platforms down visible. Braking position 3. Looking for the 8 car stop marker. Should be just on the left. There you go, 8 cars. Once again, it's not going to glide past the window there. So one thing with route knowledge, we don't quite have it yet. Don't quite know where you're going. One on left doors, 4 seconds. Not bad from the 30 seconds you might have left last time. Terminating left there, that's a full 12 car service I think. No destination on display yet, but presumably we're going towards, well, almost certainly we're travelling towards London. Departure, displays down platform 0. Already in a couple minutes to start closing the doors. So we're passing through Chatham. Circle, close the doors. Yeah, spot on. Alright, next station Gillingham. Gillingham to Chatham. On to Rochester. We have 4 minutes to go, just under 3 miles. Line speed currently at 90, does drop down to 60 in about 2 miles. So again, got to be very careful with that. Capping the track there. We're at train still in the power track. Things start to continue. There we go, back up. Got a yellow signal coming up shortly, so need to start slowing down for that just in case the train in front of us in the red block. Be 2 yellow aspects, single yellow aspects, and then red for a danger stroke stop. Go back up to green again. And then start slowing down to 60 miles per hour. Gillingham station just under a mile away now. Got Gillingham depot to pass through as well, that'll be on the left hand side. No trains currently stationary there. Passing through the train wash centre. And then the crossing here at Gillingham, which is controlled by the signals, and actually very slightly coded by Dovetail. So basically, the crossing here is functional and lifts and lowers with the train pattern. So at the station, if the signal's green, that means that the gate's lowered and the train's free to cross. If the signals are red, that means the gates are up and therefore trains can't depart. It's not like a normal mainline high-speed crossing where the crossing's away from station, therefore you need to load the gates for the train in any case. Here it's a bit different because the gates are so close to the station, they need to be timed with the red and green signals. So that's something that does get played with in this scenario. Something that you can spot, especially in the free travel mode. Train now towards the end of the platform. There's a stop marker. And halt. Minutes before we need to depart. As well as Rochester, we need to pass through the former Rochester station, so to get to see the close platforms for that. There we go, so the 10:24 service to Rochester, calling it Chatham and Rochester, formed of 8 coaches. So let's say we do pass through the former Rochester station, which is about a 200-metre walk from the new one. Basically, in the early 2010s, the station going through expansion, and they realised there's no space to actually expand the station. No space for car park, no space for services, nothing like that. So in 2015, they opened a new station, slightly further down the line, and the old station was closed. The building's mostly been dismantled, but the platforms are still there in situ, and the old ceiling and all that as well. So we'll spot that as we pass through the station. Ourselves for departure in about 10 seconds. That'll be something for us to spot as we depart Chatham. Three minutes, mile and a half, perfect timing. Chatham, the station that's closest to Dovetail Games themselves. They're based out in the old Chatham dockyard, and therefore Chatham Station, the closest to the office, although in terms of the scenery around station, the Dovetail office is just outside of range, just outside of view, as it's about a mile, 2 mile walk from the station to Dovetail offices. I've not been there. Dovetail, if you're watching, invite me. But do you have the reading lights here. We've got cab lights. So we've got low lights, bright lights. Leave the low light for now. Yeah, so dotted offices based in Chatham. Chatham station being their closest. We'll cut back on the power again. Down to 50 miles per hour shortly, so we need to slow down for that as well. So we need to slow a bit line, but as we go through Chatham, the line does snake quite a lot. So she was to cross over the water. Alright, definitely slow down now. Down to 30 shortly, so we'll leave it on braking 1 to continue to slow down. Just a little bit more actually. Chatham station, just at the other side of this tunnel, where the train's currently stationary. So stop at Chatham, stop at Rochester, where the train terminates. But we don't quite cross the River Medway. That's just outside the reach of this scenario. So the driver who's taken over for us at the next station, they'll be the ones crossing the water. Which I believe it's right to the end of the platform for 8 car sets. No, it's not. It's just like the before that. There we go. 4 and 8 car sets. About here. So this is the new Chatham station. A couple of years ago went through a complete redevelopment. If you have the old Chatham Main Line scenario for the train simulator, the original one, platform layout is very much different to this. It's a very pretty station, this. I do like it. Even the entrance of the tunnel that just overlooks the platform. I think we'll look through here. Now train departs. About 30 seconds for departure. Train is almost ready to go. Close doors. And let's now depart. And through tunnels, of course, we'll lose the view. Right, next station, and our final station for this scenario is Rochester. Again, we'll be very careful with the speeds there, don't go too fast. Night running is a little bit nicer for the left-hand side of the tunnel, but we'll leave it on day running. WS, that'll be the yellow signal coming up now. Dual yellow aspect, single yellow aspect, ready for stop. It's 0.6 miles now until the end of the line. You can now slowly see where the viaduct widens out, where the former Rochester station used to be. Platform now visible just on the end there. It's quite a recent closure, like I say, closed in 2015. Level condition platform, actually not too bad compared to a lot of older stations, especially up towards the north. Single aspect just above the track there. Down again, we are slowly creeping up. It's a 0.8% gradient downhill, so yeah, slowly creeping up. Just small adjustments. Stop trying to go too far. Now entering the new Rochester Station. Only 2 platforms in the former fort, but a lot more modern facility, a lot more going on here that, well, the old station didn't even really have. Also, I lie, it's a 3-platform station, sorry, not 2 platforms. I think the 3rd platform's a terminus platform. No, it does connect to the other line, so it's 4 platforms, sorry, rather than 3, sorry, 3 than 4. 1 platform stopping London side. All cars stop here. Doors open. As I say, this is now the end of the line for us, and the driver taking over. So we'll turn the headlights off. Like last time, I believe there'll be a bit of a set up, but we'll wait for the sim to tell us rather than go ahead with it. Otherwise, we'll well, have a late finish like we did on the high speed yesterday when we set up the 3rd rail line. Wasn't told us to do so. Alright, let's do this. So 30101. Now rather Rochester, shut down the cab. So we'll set the reverser to neutral. This stays in the off position, I believe. Reverser comes off. Remove the master key. Send that. Start train. Good work. That's what it has for now. Let's see how you did. And the awkwardly prolonged final mission score tally thing. There we go. Actually, I was a little last time. Right. So 31 minutes 33 seconds. Up to level 3 on the class 375. Up to level 4, perhaps. Yes, it is. Still level 6 Southeastern High Speed. Level 57 on the profile. Drove 18 miles, 18.5 miles. Walked 200 yards. Stopped. All stations relatively accurate again towards the start there. A few stations that we missed stop marker for. Again, speed control, not terrible, but not the best, I will admit. I have done better in the past, but it's just a small bits of change in speed limit that I need to slowly get better with as I get better with the route knowledge. But yeah, other than that, not a terrible run. So that's the end of our 2nd mission. That was the end of joining in. June tomorrow, we'll be doing our 3rd scenario, stopping shuttle for Southeastern High Speed. Otherwise, thank you all very much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and I shall see you again in the very near future. Take care, have a good one, and goodbye.